Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 20th to the 26th of April 2015. We begin the week coming out of the new moon in Aries, so the new moon at the last degree of Aries, lighting the candle on the zodiac cake to start a whole new cycle. So hopefully that's been refreshing. Hopefully we've done all the Piscean rinsing out in order that we can feel bouncy and light and fresh enough to leap over the threshold. So a brand new start there with the new moon in Aries, which was Saturday, but new moons have a 2-week window, so we can begin to step forwards now and make some intentions. But at the moment the new moons are falling right at the end of the zodiac month, so just as we get the new moon in Aries, on Monday we have the sun go into Taurus. So there's a big shift in pace as we enter Taurus. It's an earth element, so it's slow down and receive, stop and smell the roses. So it's a time to celebrate nature, springtime, the sensuality, the sun coming through the clouds, the smell of fresh cut grass, the roses blooming, and just that sense that there's some nice summer energy coming our way, that sense of hopefulness and enjoyment of the moment. So a whole month ahead with the sun going through Taurus, it represents life and sensuality, opposite its partner Scorpio, which represents death and rebirth and sexuality. So we're into the lovely Maytime, Taurian energies. As soon as we come out of the new moon in Aries, that too will go into Taurus, so we've got a lot of Taurian energy around at the beginning of the week. We're building on some very strong foundations here as well, because we've had the Pluto-Uranus square, which has been very challenging. We've actually had quite a challenging start to the year, full stop. But now we're going to start to see the Sun, Mars and Mercury all form positive aspects to Pluto in compatible Earth signs. So as the Sun and Mars and Mercury all go through Taurus, they'll be making positive angles back to Pluto in Capricorn. So we start to have some very strong foundations to build upon. Because sometimes it feels like I'm always saying we've got to go in, we've got to clear out, we've got to release, we've got to let go. And there has to be the opposite of that. There has to be a, if you've done the work now, this is a time to build upon it. So it seems like it's been a long, long haul for letting go and doing the inner work and really clearing up our act. But now with this month coming, we can see that really positive aspect to Pluto saying, okay, well now you know who you are. Now you know that your thoughts are your own. Now that you've held that vision of Uranus in Aries, you can actually start putting it into effect. Because the earth signs are really productive, so this is going to be a slow but productive and rewarding month. We've also got some interesting numerology. We've got the 22nd of the 4th, which is always, I find people with this birthday are unstoppable. They really are master builders. So the key here really is to not to work too hard, or to not to think that hard work is productivity. So we need to monitor by Wednesday, are we doing more than we need to do? Are we holding that thought form that the more we do, the more successful we'll be? Or could we change that to less effort, more gain? Could we be more efficient? Could we just pinpoint where we put our energy? Because the modern world does have everybody really running around 24/7 thinking that that's effective, and yet the most effective way to be is to radiate out from ourselves in the right time what it is that we're looking to put our energy to. So there's a sense of effortlessness in astrology, but there's very much a sense of effort that's taught to us in the working world to keep everybody distracted and worn out. So maybe Wednesday, Thursday, have a look at how much effort are you making and how much of that is converting into gain. Could you do things more simply and more slowly and more joyfully, but still get the same result or better? So that's the 22-4, the 22nd of April. But then we come to the 23rd of April, which is 2-3-4. So again, some very progressive numerology here. And this is a day that is really worked with on so many levels. It's supposed to be St. George's Day. It's supposed to be Shakespeare's birthday. There's all sorts of things that are allocated to this date. So all sorts of interesting things going on around the world. potentially the announcement of a royal baby, it would seem. If not now, then April the 30th, May the 1st through to the 5th. There's some very powerful dates coming up for that kind of announcement. But the 23rd of the 4th, not really St George's Day, it's just a date that has been allocated to that, and not really even something to celebrate, because it's basically early Christianity wiping out, absolutely annihilating the Druids. So it's not one that we're rushing out to celebrate just for the sake of it, but a very powerful date. If you look on Google and see things that have happened on this date throughout history, you'll see what I'm talking about. The power cusp between Aries and Taurus is just absolutely written up throughout history. It's a very, very powerful date. But we don't need to get caught up in what everybody else is doing. We can take our power. It's a very heart-centered month with Taurus. And Taurus is love of nature, and George actually means worker of the land, so why not just turn it inwards and go and do some gardening or tend to your inner garden and keep things nice and simple. So that's Thursday the 23rd. Then we have an intuitive day with the moon opposition Pluto on Friday, so worth keeping a little bit of space there and finding some time to tune in, because you might get some intuition and some insights at that time. And then ending the week with the moon meeting Jupiter in Leo, so a beautiful sunny radiant magnificence. So if we have done the clearing out, and if we have held that lovely space, it's time to start radiating our magnificence now, and it's time to start stepping in to our sovereignty, but also taking responsibility for our transmission, because our hearts are transmitting all the time, and to start to radiate that magnificence, especially with the moon meeting Jupiter in Leo. So those are the horoscopes for this week, and I'll see you next week. To honour the lovely, earthy, nature-loving character of Taurus, my workshop of the month and my activities this month will be regarding nature. So I've got many different herbal workshops and different recipes, products to share with you and show you how to make those. So I'll be running a herbal workshop in the middle of the month. Date not totally decided yet, so keep an eye on the website. And also some magical tree walks on Hampstead Heath. Some walks to show you not just how to recognise the different trees, so that your walk becomes a 3D epic cinematic experience rather than just lots of green, but also the magic, the myth and the herb lore of some of our most sacred trees. Taking a quick look at the Ogham, which is the tree language of the Druids, and also potentially the tree calendar, which is a later invention but still very, very beautiful, where we all have a tree allocated to our birth sign. So a lovely 2-hour walk there on Hampstead Heath. Again, dates to be arranged, but please do email me if you'd be interested in that. It'll probably be weather permitting as well, but very much walking the walk and talking the talk, getting out there into nature, working with the herbs, bringing the trees to life, and actually enjoying this Taurian energy. So that's where I'll be putting my focus this month. But as usual, all of my readings are available over Skype, and all of my online courses are available to you globally. So please do contact me if you'd like a reading or you'd like to take part in any of my courses. That's zoehines7@gmail.com.